2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, ba-da-da-da, boom, boom, ba-da-da-da, boom. Boom, ba-da-da-da, boo, boo, boo. Do, 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 boo, boo. Don't, 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 boo, boo. Do, 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 boo, boo. Don't, 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 diddle, diddle, don't, don't, diddle, diddle, don't, boo.
Welcome to That's Just Ridiculous with me, Guy Kenaway, and this week my guest, Paul Fryer.
Fart off.
Hello, Paul.
Fuck off, Guy, you wanker.
I thought actually we might start this week with a feelings check.
No.
Come on, let's have a feelings check.
You first, then.
Okay. Got to deep in there a bit and just have a breath or two. Actually, I feel some joy today, and I feel a bit of excitement and passion.
You're such a liar.
No, there's no time for lying.
You can't lie about this.
You can't lie about this.
Well, don't then.
I'm not.
Tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Guy,
stop. You've got to give me some space, Paul. I'm talking about my feelings.
Feelings check, Guy.
Yeah.
Go.
Bit of joy, some happiness, and some excitement, some passion, as I said. A little bit of shame and guilt in the shadows, but really I'm on a lake of joy. I am feeling happy. Anxiety, always anxiety there, but push me into the lake of joy from behind. Now, a bit of anxiety, a bit of pain,
A bit of everything, then, really.
Yeah. No, hold on. I haven't got anger at all. No anger.
You never have
Absolutely
that, though. You very rarely do.
Oh, no, you see me lose it. Anyway, how about you?
What do you mean, how about me?
Feelings check.
What about them?
Well, close your eyes and think about what feelings are in your body and in your soul.
You're trying to manipulate me.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to say, because if you speak them out loud...
This is
in
manipulating.
safe and quiet space like this...
You always keeps going on about that.
I'm eating an apple, by the way.
Listen, Guy. And I quote from Alfie.
Why are you scared of your feelings?
Everyone's entitled to their private thoughts, Alfie.
It's not thoughts, it's feelings. And I don't think you are. You really need to get your feelings kind of out and through you to help you. It's like getting fluid around like getting oil around an engine. You know, otherwise you overheat in certain parts, particularly the department.
So you just want to know what my feelings are?
Yes, absolutely, and I think you should share them.
Pain. Sadness. Bit of excitement. And bit of anxiety.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing them.
Thank you for sharing yours as well, Guy.
I saved a bee's life today. I was about to crush it, actually. Then I remembered that the future of mankind depended on me not doing it. And I put a little teaspoon of sugar in front of it. And I thought, it's just going to keel over and die before it gets to that. But it didn't. It was sweet. It got to the edge of the teaspoon.
Did it make its own way there?
I put the teaspoon very close, but it had to do the last inch on its own, because I couldn't get any closer.
Mm.
And amazingly, it had a lick on the sugar.
His little tongue came out like a little...
Yeah. No, that was a rolled up fiver. Anyway, he was on it for a bit and then flew off. It was fantastic.
Really, in a really quite zippy way as well.
Yeah. Just
He was buzzing the place.
Vertical takeoff.
Buzzing.
And before he was like on his side, flapping one wing.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yes, these are the excitements of rural life.
Mm.
You have got to get them where you can. Like when, like the shed.
Oh God, the shed. This week, I've got a tool shed, the chaos of which it's really impossible. No, it is really possible to describe, but it was a frightening and confusing place for me to set foot in, because there was just so much jumble and so many broken things all piled up on top of each other, and no horizontal space at all to begin to start ordering it. And more people had just shoved more and more broken things back.
And open boxes out of which things had spilled.
Yeah, it was so chaotic in there. And I'd really been unable to go in there without it being very, a really anxious thing and painful for about 8 years. And I've got my to-do list, which occasionally I get up, and always in the top 3 is the word shed, tool shed. And I never deal with it. Sometimes I went in there and tried to deal with it. It overwhelmed me. Now, I don't know if it's metaphorical, but in this case, it's certainly also literal. And Paul said, let's sort out your shed. It's what I'm really good at. And sure enough, it was fantastic. He advised me, and I took his advice to take every single thing out of the shed.
Every last thing.
Lay it on the lawn. It looked like a pikey kind of like a pikey site where the caravans had just left. You know what I mean? It's like what they left behind.
It looked a bit like a bit like Hackney Wick Market back in the day.
and then we only put back in what we wanted, what we thought was worthwhile. And Paul ordered it. He advised me and helped me go out and get loads of little plastic boxes, which I think he's even going to go so far as to label. I'm not sure we need to though, I transformed that, and after
for others, not for you. That's why you do the labelling.
It took 2 days, and afterwards I thought, actually, there's nothing in my life I can't do. I've taken on the bête noire, the tool shed. I've been with fought the beast itself, and I've come out smiling, and then I changed a plug yesterday, and instead of spending half an hour losing my temper looking for a screwdriver, I went to the screwdriver box, and there, lo, were 7 screwdrivers. I counted them.
All waiting for you.
And none broken.
None broken.
Because we threw the broken ones
And there was
away.
nothing else in that box.
Absolutely.
Just the screwdrivers.
And then I went to the pliers box, and I changed the plug, and it was a pleasurable act. And is this significant?
Yeah.
Is it metaphorical? Do you think?
I think it is, yeah, deeply. It's about putting yourself in order in a way, isn't it? Mm. Or trying to get yourself under some kind of control. I did it because of my studio, and I went through loads of different transformations in how you do things. But I realised the best thing is just to put like with like. Don't have any boxes so you can't see inside. So empty everything out into trays. So when you go in there, you just know where everything of a certain kind is. And it's just the easiest thing to do. But I actually find it very hard to do in my own life. But I'm very good at it in terms of tools or workspaces and things like that.
Yeah, I remember your studio used to have hundreds and hundreds of little drawers, all marked.
All labelled, yeah.
Labelled.
But I'm rubbish at paperwork and stuff like that. I've got to get to grips with that a bit.
Yeah.
You're a bit better at that, I've noticed.
A little bit, but not much. But I often get help in for that.
Do you?
Yeah, I guess, and there's some good people around for that. Yeah.
Is it mainly, would you say it's mainly the kind of help? Is it mainly moral support?
Yeah, it's just someone to sit there just to
watch you doing it.
Yeah, and sometimes they just read the letter out loud to me because
that's what I need when I do it.
I get cross-eyed when I read it, or rather, I just find something else to do around the room or in the house.
I have an overwhelming urge to eat the letter usually,
right,
or burn it.
Right.
It doesn't even matter what it is.
I have an overriding urge not to open the envelope.
Yeah.
And I can get like I've just opened an envelope quite recently, which says, "Dear Mr. Kenaway, we've noticed that you've not applied for your free Glastonbury Festival tickets. We really think you should do this because you're going to miss the deadline. Will you please ring this number?" From
March, presumably.
To get them, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
From February, I think it was.
Yes.
And I thought, you bloody idiot guy.
Because it's really hard with emails. You can't do it with emails. But there used to be this feature on Outlook, or maybe it was Mail, on the Mac. And you used to be able to press this button and it said bounce. And it sent the email back to wherever it came from with one of those not at this address.
Error code 51.
Error code thingy. And they've taken it off. So you can't do that anymore.
Someone once, I was sending them, it must have been an email, it could have been a text, because you can't block text, can you?
Yeah, you can.
You can, okay. Well, maybe, anyway, whatever it was, and I sent this message to this woman, and she wrote back, error code 512 asterisk, which I realise now is bullshit. And I looked at it, I thought, oh, I've been blocked. Or this, you know what I mean, that her number no longer exists. It was just her, just
messing with you,
giving me the heave ho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have lots of blocked people on your lists?
Me, I don't know who's blocked me. I would love to see that list.
Who,
It would give me a
how
lot
many
of
have you
amusement.
blocked?
4, and I looked at the list and I only recognised one of the names on it. The other 3, I didn't even know who the hell
They're
they
just
were.
randoms who've
No, they were.
annoyed
I
you.
guess they were Harrises of some kind, scammers or something.
Yes.
But no, I didn't recognise them. But I'd love to know how many blocked me. I'd very much hope it's in the double figures. I don't think my life is being lived properly unless you're being blocked by at least 10 people.
I think that I'm a blocker, not a blockee.
How many of you have you haven't blocked me? Have you?
No, but I have got quite a long list of people that I've blocked.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is this all for amorous reasons?
No, it comes down to if in doubt, block.
Financial.
If in doubt, block.
What? That's no way to go through. But seriously, Paul, that is no way to go through life.
If in doubt, block.
You've got
guy.
to take some risks in
Block,
life.
block, block,
You've
block,
got to
block.
You've got to keep your heart open, your mind open, and accept that from time
And
to
block
time
the wankers.
you will be a little bit hurt and a little bit upset. But
People-
still, you're out on the leading edge.
No,
of
if
the,
people
the,
are-
the bowsprit. of
Why
life.
should you put up
Whereas
with
you don't.
people harassing and irritating you?
Because you might miss a really charming one. That's why.
No, what happens, Guy, is you give the fuckers an inch.
Teach you one.
You give them an inch and they take a mile. These people, they start to infiltrate your life, and there's only one response, which is block them.
So how many are we talking about?
Unless you can actually kill them.
How many are we talking
Which isn't
about?
allowed. On my various lists.
What do you mean various? Oh, platforms.
Platforms, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, you could only count one person who's blocked on 3 platforms as one person, I think.
I would say it's definitely in double figures.
Right, cool. We might have to review it.
Do you think I should?
I don't know.
People
I'm
do
sure
come-
they've given up, though.
People do come off the block list, actually. Someone came off it recently.
Oh, right.
I'm not really going to...
No.
It'd be unkind to say
It's a
who.
private matter, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a private matter. It wasn't me.
Guy, you've never been blocked by me.
Okay.
You have to work hard.
Paul rang me today from the bathroom, and I didn't recognise his voice on the landline. My landline went. I was in the study, composing, and the phone goes, "Hello, Guy," and I go, I don't know who it's familiar. It's familiar, but I cannot think who it is. I have a stab at my son. I go, "Is that you, James?" He goes, "No, it's Paul. You were upstairs, weren't you, in the bath?"
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
No, I was actually lying on the bed.
Oh, right, okay. Oh,
Just being
God,
in the bath.
Too much information. What's going on? And you thought you rang me accidentally, didn't you?
No, I rang you to remind you of something.
Yeah,
didn't I?
yeah, that's about the electrician, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. I just thought it made sense. I knew you'd pick the phone up if you were downstairs.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So it's all changed anyway, again,
Yeah, what do you mean?
around here.
The living arrangements.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided that Paul is going to live in the compound,
In the barn.
in the barn. So we've now got to get the barn together because it's complete. We're sort of 95% done, and like a lot of often with me at
95.
90,
I'm pointing down here.
80, really.
Don't you think it's 80% done?
No, I think we sweep it out. We clean the windows, pop the cooker in, connect up the water, connect up the electricity.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, right. Do the gutters. Yeah, it's a bit to do, but not too long. And
Finish building the kitchen.
isn't it built?
No. Either make or buy some storage cupboards and install them.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, we found a guy, an old gentleman's outfitters in Westbury. God, there can't be many of those left in this country. Who's closing down, and he's selling all the shop fittings. So we're going to go across there and try and buy
That
some.
would be good, wouldn't it, if we get loads of good stuff from there?
Yeah. It's sort of Dunn and Co. Was that the company?
I love those shops. You still get them on some high streets.
Very rare.
They have yellow
Film on the windows.
film on the windows to
Yeah.
stop the items from
because
bleaching.
because they move so slowly.
They're in there for years.
The Claydella shirt.
And some of them are all...
There was one called Scott's in Cirencester. I used to go there as a boy, and I remember. It says a bit about this. This is after my father's died. I'm about 12. I was an extremely confused little boy. And I was invited to a party, the sort of thing that we didn't get, that never happened to me because I had no geographical friends as a child because we moved around so much and we were taught by a governess at home. I never met any children geographically, never. The only children I ever came in contact with were the children of mainly my father's friends, who were in showbiz, so the children were quite fucked up. And I was going to this party, and I was allowed to buy a jersey to go to the party in. I was 12. And
did it have a big star on the front?
No, this is way before that kind of thing. We're going back into this. This is 1969, 1970. And we went to Scott's, the gentleman outfitter. That's why I thought, which had all those wooden fittings and vitrines, with wooden vitrines,
and slidey drawers with glass on.
Drawers, yeah, with like hand kind of curves for where you could put your hand in.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found in it a bright red V-neck sweater, and it was the sweater that I wanted. And this came up in my therapy, actually, when I had a nervous breakdown. This scene came up a lot. And my mother, I put it on, I looked in the mirror and thought, that's who I am. I'm a 12-year-old who wears a bright red jersey. I'm also very colourblind, but I could see this red. And my mother went, I don't think so. How about this one? And she took out a beige one. And she persuaded me that I should have the beige one and not the red one because it suited me better. And it took a very long, and it was painful because I hadn't stood up for myself. And it's still painful now to think about that. I hadn't stood up for myself, and it set a pattern which I couldn't put right for a very long time. Now I kind of slightly overcompensated and I stand up for myself too much. But
you're quite stroppy, actually, aren't you?
If someone gets in that area where they're telling me who I am or what I can do, I'm oversensitive.
If they're inside, if they get inside your
if it gets too close to me,
your sphere,
because I'm oversensitive because it was trampled upon a little bit when I was little, and I was not really listened to.
Well, children weren't listened to back in the day. Nobody listened to kids, and that was the way it was done. And some might say that's kind of, we've gone too far the other way, because children now are kind of at the top of the food chain. They decide everything, don't they?
Yeah, definitely they do. Definitely.
Which is kind of
weird.
weird.
Well, certainly, I remember that our children were basically allowed to wear whatever they wanted.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes it'd be hard not to stifle a titter, but you still let them do it and go out, But
I remember the first time we were allowed to wear what we wanted. I bought platform shoes, Oxford bags made of crimpline, dark grey crimpline with big patch pockets on them, and I had a shirt that came out of this star jumper. It was like a jumper with a multiple star thing and zigzags on it, and I had my hair cut into like a humpback bridge with a centre parting. I looked fucking cool, man. I looked fucking cool.
What was it, 2015?
It was 19... When would that have been? 76, maybe. Yeah.
Anyway,
75.
Yeah. Difficult time.
It was great.
No, it was before your father died. See, this is just after my father died.
Yeah.
I felt the seed. Maybe inside me, I was thinking, he should be here doing this with me.
Not your mum telling you that you look good in beige.
Mm-hmm.
But your dad going, come on, lad, yes, have a bit, let's get something about you.
He was a very natty dresser, my dad, much more than me. He was more like you. He dressed, I would say conspicuously, but quite ostentatiously. And
did he wear dark glasses a lot?
He wore dark glasses. Yeah, he did. In fact, as far as I can remember, I mean, certainly I got quite a few photographs of him in dark glasses.
Did he wear sheepskin jackets?
He had I remember he had a long. No, I never saw him in that. He had a long grey suede coat. That came
nice.
Came down to his calves, or down to his
wow.
ankles. Pale grey suede coat. I remember.